sexually, in terms of a
It
romantic
says for
relationship.
survival.
For
Can women
survival,
survive
yes, I do
without
need a man
men?
for survival. For
Yes, that's
survival,
all.
I concur.
That's all I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. Survive. See,
Okay, so
you guys will probably have more respect for men if you start understanding that we are the reason you're here in the first place. Without us, you're dead.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. I mean, we got something good today. We got GI Plain Jane says men would die without her. Just pretty much, you have an ex-military chick who pretty much goes back and forth with Kevin Samuels, and she believes that men would die without women, and men would not be able to live without women. But before we get into it, leave me a like, comment, and subscribe. This is a banger, bro. Let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, let's see if we can get Jennifer on her bootleg wireless. Hey, your shit's bootleg. Come on, unmute.
right, okay, perfect. So
No. Don't just jump in and start talking. Hi.
hello,
How old are you?
I am 28.
Oh my. So you need to be still. So what do you have on the topic? Can modern women survive without men?
Okay, yes. Going back to your original question, you asked if women need men to survive. Personally, I don't. However, I agree with you with everything you said in the past two episodes. Here's why.
Before you, I gotta ask a question. I gotta question this. You don't need men to survive? That's what you said. Personally, I don't.
Personally,
Ma'am, I call BS. Can you what state do you live in?
I'm New York.
Right. Have you ever planted food? Have you ever planted anything? Have you ever? Okay. How would you eat?
Oh, grocery store.
No, ma'am. See, the grocery store is built by men.
Yes.
It's stocked by men.
Yes, I agree.
But no. We're not going down. No. I am going to make you ladies slow down and think about what you're saying. When you come in and saying, personally, I don't need a man, and the first thing I ask you about is you live in New York, I know damn well you ain't never seen no parts of the country, no parts of a field, no parts of an animal. Your food comes from the grocery store. Your food comes from the market. It's trucked into New York City.
Okay, so when you said I need a man, I thought meant to like sexually, in terms of a romantic.
It says for survival. Can women survive without men?
For survival.
Yes,
for survival, I concur.
That's all I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about. Survive. See,
okay, so
you guys will probably have more respect for men if you start understanding that we are the reason you're here in the first place. Without us, you're dead.
I agree. Here's why. So I'm a logistician in the military. I go to a school that's 90% males because that's the field they all go to, supply chain management.
9 or 90? 9 or 90?
90% of the school I go to, males.
Okay.
So, but I'm also a teacher, 75% females in my class. So I disagree with the rugged female. Personally, I'm very rugged. I play rugby. I'm in the military.
You
right?
disagree? Okay, but stop. Okay, you disagree with, what is it you're disagreeing with? Because
that female, that rugged Karen, okay. I didn't like where she was coming from, because within the supply chain management, right, there's a difference between being effective and being efficient. Yes. So her argument was more so based on efficiency, saying, yes, women can do it. I agree. However, your response was more on the effective side. Yes, women are able to do it. However, men can do it in half the time and with half the power, and they do twice as much. So that's the difference between efficiency and being an effectiveness from a supply chain perspective. So, but ACFT, I just want to hit on that. I failed my ACFT.
Okay.
And I played rugby. I'm in the military. However,
that's the fitness. That's the readiness test.
Yes, I failed it when I was at the top. The test prior, I scored.
All right. So my whole thing about her in this fitness, the military, they alter their requirements for fitness for women so it can be easier for women to get in. It's a biological fact that men are stronger than women. That's a biological fact. You can't change that. I don't care how many pills you may take. I don't care how many changes you may go through. You are physically, as a man, you are physically superior to a woman. So, we all know that. We all know that. Some people just don't want to accept that fact. But we all know that men are physically superior to women. So,
the 298 out of a 300, I was faster than half of these males. I have more scars on one leg than most men do in their entire bodies. However, I've had a lot of injuries playing rugby, so I cannot lift, and it's the same thing you talked about. I can't lift my own body weight.
Mm-hmm.
However, there's no equity in that.
What do you mean?
For example, my sergeant, 250-pound man, 6 feet. I have to lift more than he does. I have to do more than he does because I'm a lieutenant. So I don't see how he has to do less than I have to do simply because I'm in.
Okay, so let's get to practicality. You may be a tough competitor on the battlefield where there's not a lot of lifting necessary. Do we want a front line full of women? A front line full of men?
Men. I don't, and that's the reason.
That's a good question. Do y'all want a front line when we go to war? Just think about it. Let's just say if we went to war with Afghanistan today, who would you rather have on your front lines to make sure that we come home with a victory? Would you rather have a front line of men, or would you rather have a front line of women? I know what I would pick.
Why I didn't go into combat. I understood my limitations. I understood that I wouldn't be able to keep up with a man that's 6 feet. Yes, I play rugby. I'm this Brit girl, however, female. However, I cannot lift the same amount as a man that's 6 feet and 200 pounds. I'm only 5'3".
Well, why is that test there in the first place?
Why they changed it?
No, why was the test that you failed there in the first place?
Because they're trying to create a more dynamic test that demonstrates your different abilities.
Okay, no. I don't mean, I'm talking about before the military.
They altered the test for women to make it easier for them. Because once again, women can't do the same thing that men can do physically. And that is a fact. You may have some, but once again, an exception does not make a rule. So you may have some women who can do the same things that men can do, but it's not, you're not going to have, it's going to be way less than 20, maybe 10% of women that can actually keep up with men. That's why I think that's why I know they put these tests in here, just simply because they just want to see where you're at. They just want to see if you are capable enough to be in that position that you're trying to fight for.
It was integrated with women. Men didn't complain about a standard. You either did or didn't. The test had a reason for being there. Why was it there? It made for a stronger soldier.
But But here's the thing.
Okay, before you move on, we got to acknowledge that.
I agree. Yes,
all right. Because on the battlefield, you need to have upper body strength as well as lower body strength. You need endurance, stamina, or else you make yourself and other people vulnerable.
But I think that's very narrow. So the military.
Then why is Captain America?
That's combat related, right? However,
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. Hold on. No, don't overtalk me.
Okay.
Because this is combat. You're in the military. True or false?
Yes.
You should be able to. Well, you're not trained to kill people and break things in basic training. That's what it is. Kill people and break stuff.
Yes.
Kill people and break stuff. Then you mean to tell me we killed you? We taught you how to kill people and break stuff, and then we need you sitting someplace where we can't use you to kill people and break stuff. So
yes.
No, because if we all of a sudden had to go to war, you should have to go out there because you have the training. And if you're saying, well, I can't get out there and do the training, can't go kill people and break stuff because I've been sitting back here, then give us back our money.
No, here's why.
Exactly.
I got offered combat related job like the one you're describing 3 times. 3 times I turned it down because I knew I was capable of it. I knew my limitations as a student. There's an argument that can be made. You want the benefits that come along with being in the military, but you don't want to do everything that comes along with being in the military. You don't want to do the combat part of it, huh? I'm an officer. Remember.
But I don't care if you're an officer. If you should still you're in the military. I'm a civilian. I expect you to go die before me. That's what we pay for. I don't expect you to go take the benefits and then be like, oh, I don't want to go to the war. That's why. See.
That is facts, dude. I do expect for the person who decided to sit over here and go to the military, JROTC, I expect you to put your ass on that motherfucking line when it comes down to war and you die before I do. You protecting me. That's how I look at it. So he do got a point.
When I was a young guy, there was still selective service. And there's a reason I didn't go to the ROTC and get money and go into college and drive the Jetta and everything else when everybody else was going to school. And I saw so many men complaining about the Desert Storm, going to war. And I'm like, well, you took the money, now you do the war. You're getting the benefit, and all I'm saying is you're supposed to be in the army that's supposed to defend the country. And when you get called up, you should be able to do the job that you're being paid for, which is the first job, security. Logistics is fine, but eventually, if we had enough people die on the battlefield, they'd have to call you up before they start the draft. Yes or no?
Yes.
Exactly.
Kevin, I agree.
All right.
However,
let me get on to,
you would not be able to survive without me, Kevin.
I would. I'm going to show you right now. You out of your goddamn mind. You're out of your damn mind. I can survive without you. Me can survive without you. I don't know why you ladies think that y'all are that damn special when you can't even lift your own body weight. Yes, the job you can do, men trained you how to do it. You may be a tough woman, but you're still female. What are we talking about here? This is the same woman who made the argument to say, no, we can't. Logistics and such and so forth, but I can't survive without you. Outside of your French toast mind. Unmute yourself. Why do I need you? Why can't I survive without you?
Okay, so let's say you're infantry, right, Kevin? You're out there, you're hauling ass. However, your water resupply, food, transportation. I'm in charge of all the logistics related activities. So you can't trek 50 miles. You need me.
I know what army travels on its food.
Let's say
water. Let me stop you. You're in charge of it. But if you get shot, someone else is in charge of it. True or false? If you died, if a canister fell on your head, if you had a heart attack, someone else would step up to do your job. True or false?
False.
No? So you mean to tell me you have the only job in the military that if you don't do it, everybody else, you mean we have a single point of failure in our logistics chain? I don't buy that.
In the officer
No, ma'am.
point,
Listen to what I asked you. You said I'm in charge of XYZ.
yes.
All right. And if you are not doing XYZ, the task doesn't get done. True or false?
Yes. Here's why.
No. True or false? Does the task get done? Yes. The task gets done? No.
If I provide the proper guidance, it will be completed.
If you died of a heart attack, would the task fall to someone else or would the task not get completed?
It will be pushed on to the next ranking.
So we don't need you. You just made a scenario that if you didn't do something, then I couldn't get something. And I just told you, if you died, somebody else would pick it up. We don't have a single point of failure like that. Don't wave your finger and shit at me. You can do that to your troops. Oh, you want to do that with me? Oh, okay. You want to keep it up? Or we going to have a conversation? Unmute yourself. Stop being silly.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. But it's like, can the CEO be replaced,
ma'am,
if he died of a heart attack?
Yeah, of course.
There's a
but
hierarchy.
Of course.
Yes,
but the example you gave is if you needed water and such and so forth, you couldn't survive if I didn't do my job. And the implication was that you're the only one that can do that job. And I said, no, you're doing the job right now. But if you die, somebody else will do the job. We'd still get water. We don't have a single point of failure in the military.
You will have to bring in another lieutenant.
So what?
And the lieutenant.
So what? So what? It would still happen because if not, ma'am, that means all an enemy would have to do would be to kill you, and it can ruin an entire.
My thing is, how many lieutenants are women? Do you think you have a military base that have just all women lieutenants? No, they're mainly all men. If you look at all you lieutenants, they're all men. They're all loaded up to be men. You may have some in the bunch that are women, but they're mainly men. What she's trying to put out, it's very debunkable. I mean, he can easily just debunk that shit real quick. I mean, that's pretty much what he's doing.
Battalion makes no sense.
But I would never be out on the patrol. That
ma'am,
would be
it doesn't matter. I said a heart attack. I kept you awake. See, ma'am, what you're trying to do is you're trying to make a scenario to where we need you, and we don't. You may do a valuable job, man, but other people are trained to do the job just fine. See, I know enough about the military to know that even the people who specialize, if you drop your gun, the medics are even trained how to use rifles. True or false?
See, I say as a man, you can't, for a man, you can't cater to a kid the way a woman can. So for a man role in a relationship, or not a relationship, but his family, he's supposed to provide, he's supposed to lead, he's supposed to make sure that the family is moving forward. Whereas a mother is supposed to give you that care, supposed to give you, how can I put it? Usually, whenever I used to get whooped by my dad, my mom was always there. Whenever my brother used to get whooped by my dad, my mom was always there to cuddle us, to kind of say, to make it seem like it's all right. As a man, I don't think we can do that. We can do that, of course, but is that our job? No, that's really the woman's job. There's things that women can do that men can't do, that men aren't built for. You know what I'm saying? Men are built to lead. Men are built to put people and family in the positions to where they can win. You know, they have to be hard to some degree. They have to goddamn have a hard heart to some degree. Tough love. Well, you get your tough love from your fathers. That's where you really get your tough love from. Not your mothers. You get your tough love from your father. So your father teaches you about the real life shit, whereas your mother teaches you, kind of just care for you and kind of just, you know, hey baby, I'm here for you. You know, kind of soften the blow, and if y'all know what I mean.
Right.
But they don't. But do they necessarily carry them? No, but they know how. Someone's trained how to do your job, ma'am. This is a silly argument. We don't need you. You may be G.I. Jane, you may be tough, everything else, but at the end of the day, female, male.
Without logistics, you die without food. You die without
water.
Water.
But you don't make the food or you make the water. You just give the orders and process the paper.
No, I get it from.
All right, there we go. You know she's single as hell.
But pretty much, man, you know, he just you know, he pretty much just shut some of the shit down. Just once again, men are physically superior to women. That's a fact. You can hate it, you can love it, but that's a fact. Men are superior to women when it comes down to physicality or anything physical. She was just she was lost for words. She really was just trying to. It's like one of those instances where you know you won the argument, but that person just continues to keep trying to just find some points to justify his or her point. And that's pretty much what she was doing. He just shut it all down. You know, women need men to survive. That's a fact. You can hate it. You hate it, like it. I don't give a fuck. Women need men to survive. Name me your top 5 inventors. You got people, your cars. Let's just think about it. We're just gonna go through it. Your cars. Men invented. Look at some of these name brands. You have Versace, Calvin Klein, Louis Vuitton. A lot of these people, a lot of these big name brands, men. Your phones. That's all men right there. All your smartphones, men. What else? Let me look around some shit. I'm sure microwave, men. Your refrigerator, men probably. I'm over here looking around right now to figure out, man, what the fuck men made. TV, men. These are the things that men did that women didn't do. These are things that men invented, women that women didn't do. You really can't name something. Think about 5 things in your life that you use on a daily or that you need. Men invented all of that shit. So, you know, that's pretty much what he's saying. Men, you need men. Women can sit over here and say y'all don't need men, but y'all need men. Period. Y'all need men. Most definitely. But, hey man, I'm gonna leave it at that. This is a pretty good video. Leave me a like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.